Hello, hello, hello. We're live on the internet.
Live, live, live.
Okay. I'm gonna the stream is going to be viewable. That's the link I'm about to post in the Discord. Cool. There we go.
I've got it.
I will start posting.
Okay. What's in Mesh Virtual Quiz?
Wait, what? Oh, does that what? That Discord invite doesn't work. Oh no, have I been posting the wrong Discord invite?
Uh-oh.
I didn't. I thought I'd created like an infinite one this time. I used to do the temporary ones. Oh, yeah, it hasn't deleted it, but it's sort of broken, I guess. Oh, that's annoying.
Do we need a new...
Oh, that changes all of my images. My images don't work now. No.
Okay.
I wonder if that's anything to do with Discord's outage the other day.
Potentially, yeah, because it was its sound flare, something flare that went kind of iffy, and it affected
Cloudflare, yeah.
so... Cloudflare, that's it. It affected so many online services.
Okay, there's a new invite link.
Michael knows all the answers, unfortunately.
So it would be slightly unethical for me to enter the quiz. So I'm looking at the answers right now.
You're also reading some of the questions out.
Yeah. A double handicap, I must admit. With that, a welcome to everyone that is watching the quiz live on YouTube. We'll be starting very shortly, so if you want to pour yourself a drink and just wait patiently, we will be commencing as soon as possible.
Yeah, just gotta promote it on all the things.
Yeah, we're just doing some last minute promotion, guys, if you're watching us live on the internet at the moment. So, as with last week, we'll be starting with the picture rounds, and then we'll be going into the other rounds. So, if you were following the format from last week, last time we did this 2 weeks ago, it's pretty much the same deal. And we do thank you for returning to join us.
Right. I have told the Twitters about the things. I have told both of the Discords about the things. Are there any other people that should know about our quiz?
Discords, Twitters. various Discord groups. No, I can't think who else. There's Facebook, but
Yeah, really promoting heavily there at the minute now.
There are 2 Discord servers?
I have run one for years that's mostly just tied to the video content and live streams that I do, which is only tangentially related to Button Mash as you know it as an events group. So there's kind of like Button Mash, the YouTube channel Discord, and Button Mash, the events Discord.
Ah, right.
But now that we're doing YouTube things with the events group, like it's all becoming some sort of weird amalgam.
Mm-hmm.
And since I have access to an audience on YouTube already, I'm like, hey guys, do you want to do a quiz? Like, why not? Everyone likes quizzes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're all set up, ready to go. So I'm afraid we're not going to be sitting, joining the audience in a chat for this one. I'm going to try and up the production values and maybe be a smidge more professional about it this time. Last time was rough around the edges, if we're honest. We kind of, let's call it a trial run, as it were. So we're going to head off and we're going to try and be some sort of professional radio DJs for the next hour and a half. And yeah, we're going to run you through a pub quiz. If anybody is not in the Discord server already and wants to join, there is not an updated link, is there? No, I've just changed it. Crap, that needs to go in the... Well, that has broken so much stuff with Discord changing that. So an updated link for the Discord is now in the description of the video. If you wish to get friends, family, whoever, gaming buddies together in a Discord server. We have a Discord server. There are lounges. You may congregate. You may form a team. Find folks. Bring them together. Get a few people. Pool your knowledge. That's kind of what the lounges are there for. Or use Skype if you still use Skype. I don't know. But however you want to form your teams, you may form them. If you're looking for answer sheets, those are provided in the description of the video as well. There's a link down below the video that takes you to a Google form where you'll be able to give us a team name and answer some questions. So, without further ado, we shall go migrate into the studio, and we'll give you a pitch around. So, one moment.
Yes. Hello.
We're back.
We
That
are
brief
back.
minute.
Yeah, briefly.
That interval. Right, so, welcome to the Button Mash Pub Quiz. We are officially beginning, I suppose. We have same format as last time. We have 30 questions. 10 of those are a pitch around. We will share them with you in a sort of a slideshow format, rotating around for... We'll give you sort of 10-15 minutes on that, just to sort of, again, for people to situate themselves, get themselves organized, work through the answers, ask your buddy who happens to be walking past, hey, do you know who this is? While it's on the screen for 10 seconds. Oh, no, never mind. Hang about 2 minutes. It'll be back round again. Yeah, so those are your first 10 questions on your answer sheet. If you've got your answer sheet up, you've got 10 questions there. Pitch around. We don't want to know the name of the character this time. Let's start this pitch around. Let's get that up, and let's give you a pitch around soundtrack that is not going to get me in all sorts of copyright trouble like it did last time. Which is yeah. There we go. That's you know, it was trial run. This time we've got Kevin MacLeod's fine library of royalty-free music. So I'm gonna have a little bit of. Is that about the right level? That sounds like a good volume. There we go. We got some music gallery, museum gallery music, and you are going to tell us not who these characters are, but who are these characters the sidekick of. These characters form a dynamic duo, a partner, pairing, It's somebody and somebody is 9 times out of 10 the name of the game. Who's the other half of this dynamic duo? Who are they? Who are they the sidekick to?
Who's the more memorable character?
Who's the more memorable? Who's the important one? Yeah. Who's the one that they're a clone of in Super Smash Bros?
Who's the one that costs you that life or that bit of health if you get damaged?
So all these characters are essentially Robins. Who is the Batman?
Who is who is the Batman?
So yeah, we're going to let this run just for 10 or 15 minutes or so, just
Yeah,
to give you a
let's see-
chance to answer it.
What time are we at? We're at 11 minutes past the hour. Let's say it's been running for a minute, so we'll say at 20 past. If you have not answered them all, heaven help you. No, there'll be another opportunity. We'll run through these images again later. If you can drag somebody who knows their video games in to help you out, you can show them these pictures and go, I don't know who this is. Who's this? Quick, tell me who did he work with? Like, who is that robot? What's the robot? And your buddy will go, oh yeah, that's Bob the robot. He works with Fred the human.
Don't give him away, man.
So if you're just joining us and you want to play, the link to the answer sheet to join the quiz is just underneath our name in the description.
You've got the Discord down there as well if you're not a member of our Discord server. There are a couple of folks in our Discord server who are... I can see, because of the way we structure our server, that you only have access to the welcome channel at the minute. If you're in our Discord server and the only thing you can see is the welcome channel, the trick is to read the rules. All you can see is a rules post. Until you read that rules post, you won't be able to see anything else, so you should probably try reading that. And then once you know how things are done around here, then you can join the party. You can join our lobbies. We have a whole host of them. We've got 6. We've got 6 lobbies. We'll create many more if needs ever demand, but you got 6 lobbies. You can group up. You can form teams. Get the whole crowd together. Get your gaming group together. Maybe you got some folks that you play World of Warcraft with. Get the guild in. Come on, guild. There's a Discord server over here. We're going to join the Discord server. I recognize if you're a guild, you probably already have your own Discord server, but we want you in as a part of our community. There is an ulterior motive to us dragging you into all this. It means we get to shill all of our community events to you.
We're ruthless like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ruthless with our freebies and free events, and
It's called
a
guerrilla
ruthless
marketing.
world. Gorillas. Yep. And any of you guys are Destiny players, you got clans on there as well. Bring all your guardians, hunters, titans, warlocks. You know, put your differences aside. Come and do a quiz. If you've got a warlock, of course, you've got a book reader, and well, titans are good at crayon munching, so they can maybe good at the pitch around.
I believe
yeah,
there's a
bring
correlation
everyone.
between crayon munching and being able to identify characters.
Yes, there is in this case. Number 10. Who's that? Who is that the psychic of? Can you figure that out?
Oh, that's Psychic of Dave.
Ah, of course, that legendary game character Dave. I mean, so many games, so many heroic adventures with Dave.
As you may have guessed, our hosts may not be giving you the correct answer here, so maybe don't lean too heavily on what they're saying.
Might be leading you down the garden path with them, yeah.
Heroic Adventures of Dave. What a game.
I bet that exists, you know.
Probably. I forget which. Is that another rule of the internet?
At this point, like, it probably should be added. If you can imagine it, there is a video game of it. I mean, we've got Goat Simulator, Toast Simulator, Universe Simulator. The Toast guys are now working on... They're working on another simulator of some sort that's really ridiculous. Untitled Goose Game lets you relive the power fantasy of being a bastard of a goose.
That is true.
I mean, like, if you can imagine it, there's a game of it.
To be honest, being a bastard of a goose is a very good idea and a very fun game.
Which of these characters was the sidekick to the goose?
The goose had a sidekick. Was the answer Japan?
Actually, it is.
So another 4 minutes for the pitch around. We're going to 20 past. 3 minutes now, actually, should I say?
I mean, basically, this is just the, like, 90s duo platformer kind of era rounds is really what this is. We just went down the list and were like, okay, how many games were there in the 90s where it was just like, here's two wacky dynamic duo characters?
Sidekicks were all the rage. All the rage.
Is chat working for folks, or are people being quiet? Because for me, it actually says unable to connect to chat.
Chat is working, but keep it on live chat. That way you can see as it comes in. Top chat edits and kind of filters stuff.
It just, I genuinely couldn't see chat. It said the chat was broken for me. Yo, Bot, how do you join? There is an answer sheet in the description below that you can click on, and that will let you fill in your answers. If you're in the Discord, in fact, I can see you're in our Discord. In order to access the rest of the Discord, because you can only see the welcome screen, you will need to read through the rules. And go from there. That will point you in the right direction. We don't let people into our server until they've read the rules. It's the secret of Button Mash.
We like to make you read.
So just a few more minutes on the picture round, guys.
Admittedly, we haven't updated that rules page again. We're really bad at that. It still says Button Mash experiment number 4. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
To that end, I mean, I'll throw this one out to the field. Are we still calling these experiments, or are we happy that we've found our niche in providing quizzical entertainment for the internet?
I think we might have to accept that they're no longer experiments. Yes, we know what we're offering.
They're on there. There is, if you haven't done what you need to do, which is to read the rules, the only channel you'll be able to see is the welcome channel, and the rules are posted in there by our bot moderator Meesix. There is only one post in one channel. When you read that, you will know what to do, and you'll be able to see the rest of the server. There are lounges. There's a looking for group chat. There's we've got some servers that we'll be playing games in later, and we'll be joining you, and you can join us to play those games. Yeah, we'll have a few fun things on afterwards if you hang around after the quiz. Yeah, you can join us for entertainment.
Yep. Now, Jack, we are on the correct experiment number. That's all we really had to change.
Oh, fair enough.
I reprogram Meesix.
Untitled anything game. Yep. Insert blank here. Simulator. I bet someone's made a simulator. I feel like that is a thing.
It will be, yes.
Is simulator a thing? It's gotta be.
The most meta game of all time, that.
I know, right?
Okay, so it is 20 past, so do you want me to begin the next round?
Sorry, I'm trying to steer BotBot in the right direction. If you've read the rules, I'm going to get. I've been giving clues. Now we're getting very, very, very literal at this point. If the rules post tells you to do something which allows you to access the rest of the server, if you don't do the thing that it asks you to do, you will not be able to access the rest of the server. Is Tulkas here? Tulkas is not. I think Tulkas is otherwise engaged today. Also, the Button Mash Pub Quizzes is more the... This is run by the real life. We normally, on a day-to-day basis, run video gaming events in the UK kind of thing. We're just hosting this. The fact that I also run a YouTube channel by the same name is just because it seemed like a good idea when we first set up the events, and now it's spun out into its own separate thing, and now they're coming back together, and it's just complicated. Just don't ask too many questions, honestly. But the long and the short of it is, Tulkas is not here, no.
Oh dear.
It's the Button Mash expanded universe.
Button Mash's expanded universe.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually everything will come together in some sort of like Button Mash Avengers style.
You know what? You told me. I'd like. You know what? I know who you are. You've told me you've read the rules. I trust you enough that I will just let you in. There you go. Yeah. Now you can see it. Now you can see the things.
Excellent. So,
if you fancy joining in one of the lounges, I don't know if you fancy forming a team. Other folks might fancy forming a team with you. I don't know. Ask around. The react is the little like the emojis underneath each post are reactions. I'd hoped that social media had taken over people's lives enough at this point that might be well recognized. But hey ho. Yep. Okay. I have your promise. That'll do, mate. That's good enough for me. Our music has ended. It's loop. And we have reached question 10 on the slideshow. That seems like a really good segue to take us into round 2, which is our general knowledge.
okay. So, welcome everybody. The pictures will come back around again once we get to the natural halfway point. But for now, this is the general knowledge round, so we will naturally start
Hang on
with question.
The answer sheet is linked in the description of the video below. So if you're watching the stream, underneath it there is a link to a Google form. Is the way we're doing it. So you'll be able to go through the Google form. You'll be able to put all your answers in there and submit it at the end, and it'll all appear in a spreadsheet for us. We'll be able to see it at our end. We can go through and we'll mark all of your answers at the end because we're lovely like that. And yeah, just submit your answers. Right, yeah, Michael, take it away.
Okay, so your first question of the general knowledge round. Question 1. What is the name of the final course in all Mario Kart games? I will repeat that.
You can make your team name whatever you want.
What is the name of the final course in all Mario Kart games? And just a reminder, as of last week in our fun experiments, if you know the answer, please do not post it in the chat.
Yes, that's a good point. Yes, I forgot.
Just because we'd like to give off the answer, this is somewhat competitive, so it doesn't really help your cause if you give away what the answer is in the chat.
Yeah, if you know the answer, bring up an answer sheet and fill it in. And we'll know that you know the answer. You don't need to tell the whole internet that you know the answer. We'll know that you know the answer, and that's good enough. So yeah, your team name can be whatever you want. You can have if you've managed to wrangle 20 people together to watch this around the TV and pull your knowledge together, and you're just going to ace it and smash it out of the park, 30 out of 30. Cool, great, wonderful. Come up with a witty team name. If it's just you and you just want to put your name or whatever, that's fine too.
Okay, one more time.
The team name is just an identifier. Like, some people want to be really funny and clever and come up with a funny, punny name. People like to do that. Some people just were like, yeah, I'm Kiribati. You know, you call yourself whatever you want. Just, yeah, put something in there and then answer the questions that we read out.
Okay, so I'll repeat question 1 just one last time. What is the name of the final course in all Mario Kart games? Okay, just giving you all a second for that.
Emeraldo, I will note that we have made this quiz slightly easier. We noted specifically that the scores were on the low side last time, and I grant you that, like many of our quizzes at our physical events, have generally tended to be a little on the tougher side as well. We decided that maybe the internet might be more receptive to not being stomped on by horrific questions and arcane trivia from the deepest, darkest depths of fandom wikis.
And with that explanation, we move swiftly on to question 2. So, question 2. What is the name of the peripheral device that can be plugged into the N64 controller to make it vibrate?
The word you were looking for was peripheral.
Yes, I know, I bugged that up, so I apologize. So I will repeat that one more time. What is the name of the peripheral device that can be plugged into an N64 controller to make it vibrate? English lessons with Button Mash.
Lessons.
Yes, it's 4 points.
Yes, in the measure of increasing our professionalism, I have returned up to this quiz after having a drinking session, so the first round is going to be interesting.
I mean, it's how they work at our normal events as well, so...
I could have been doing like I suppose a Sean Connery
Yeah,
impression.
your first 10 questions were the picture rounds, and then the general knowledge is questions 11 to 15.
So this is technically question 12, yes.
Yeah, on your answer form, there are some subheadings that say this is the general knowledge round, this is the multiple choice round. You can see what's coming up. Spoiler alert: there's a multiple choice round.
Don't give it away.
You should be able to get at least 25% in the multiple choice rounds. Like, it's just a given.
So to repeat question 2 one last time, what is the name of the peripheral device that can be plugged into the N64 controller to make it vibrate? Okay, if we're satisfied with that, it's time for question 3. Or 13, as they...
Let's simplify it and tie it up with what the actual answer sheet says. This is question 13.
Okay, question 13. The Kingdom Hearts video game series is a collaboration between Square Enix and which famous company? So, one more time for you beautiful people. The Kingdom Hearts video game series is a collaboration between Square Enix and which famous company? So, if you remember the games, what are the characters that appear in that game? And what company are they from? Okay, so moving on to question number 14. What video game did Marcus Pearson create? So this is pretty much a gimme. Well, it says that, but we'll go to repeat that one more time. What video game did Marcus Pearson create?
How do you pronounce it? Is it Pearson or is it Person? I always thought it was Person. Marcus Person.
Pearson, Marcus Pearson. You know, I can't remember here. Like last time I heard it out loud.
Probably doesn't help if we don't know how to pronounce his name.
I will pronounce it both ways.
But
what video game did Marcus Pearson or Person create?
You've probably heard of one of the two, depending on how it's pronounced. So yeah.
I have a suspicion they did not create the same video game. So. And your final question for the general knowledge, and your final bit with me, which I'm sure you'll all be relieved to hear. What name of the video game that officially featured Michael Jackson as the hero? So we're looking for the name of the video game that officially featured Michael Jackson as the hero.
I feel like that sentence missed a couple words out.
Yes, that was well. I read it how it was put on the sheet, so do not blame my algorithm for that.
I was reading it, I was like, that sentence doesn't make any sense. I know those words, but that sentence doesn't make any sense.
So with the correct grammar, question 15, what was the name of the video game that officially featured Michael Jackson as the hero?
think, wasn't it Gears of War?
That would have been a hell of a game.
It was Pong.
He was the ball.
Again, do not trust our host answers in this particular point. Right, so that is your general knowledge round. So we're moving swiftly onto the multiple choice. So I hand it over to the very capable and slightly less drunk Johnny.
Hello, welcome to multiple choice. So we'll start with these ones. So your first multiple choice question of the evening. What was Crash Bandicoot jokingly known as whilst in development? Was it A, Mario's butt game, B, Sonic's ass game, C, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger's derriere game, or D, Kirby's cheeks game? So the question there was, what was Crash Bandicoot jokingly known as whilst in development?
And
A, Mario's butt game, B, Sonic's ass game, C, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger's derriere game, or D, Kirby's cheeks game.
And yes, one of those is actually correct, despite
Yeah,
the
we're
fact
not
that it
making
sounds
that up.
like that it's not. And it is multiple
Indeed.
choice. It's the best kind of exam. It's the kind where you are
Yes.
guaranteed to score at least 25%. My old chemistry teacher loved multiple choice exams. He's always said that like he would expect students to do at least better than a monkey. A monkey picking answers at random should score at least 25%. Can you be better than a monkey? Prove it.
One of these super Brazilian monkeys. I mean, they can drive cars and do taxis and stuff. So with that, I'll move on to the next multiple choice question. So this is question number 17. What is the name of the star system Star Fox is setting? Is it A, Corneria, B, Silat, C, Lilat, or D, Tatooine? So question 17. What is the name of the star system Star Fox is setting? A, Corneria, B, Silat, C, Lilat, or D, Tatooine? Have a good think about that. Can you remember your Star Fox lore or games or anything Star Fox really? Except maybe for that new one that features him that isn't really about them. Came out on the Switch or something. I forget what that's called, but you get all the cool toys instead with it for some reason, like amiibos, but ships. I forget
I'm
what
afraid
it's.
that one's passed me by.
I just remember the advert and them presenting like Fox's ship to.
I mean, it's like
The
Nintendo. Why wouldn't they just do it with amiibos anyway?
Oh yeah, but I think you could build ships using it as well. You know, like put parts together or something, or change your weapons, and it's kind of. It seemed kind of cool, but mainly a gimmick more than anything. So, if you're all good with question 17, we can. Yeah, that's it. Somebody's playing Starlink. That was the game. Very strange thing, but the
Isn't
kind of the models were cool.
Isn't that Elon Musk's internet system?
That's the problem. Yeah, I think so as well. Also in a video game too. So, question 18 then. In the video game Portal, the cake is what? A, a lie. B, delicious. C, imaginary. Or D, awful. In the video game Portal, the cake is what? A, a lie. B, delicious. C, imaginary. Or D, awful. So which one of those could be the answer? What a good game Portal was as well.
Tremendous game.
What is the cake? The cake is what?
In space.
Cake is an interplanetary and interdimensional sausage. So I'll give you a couple of moments for that one, just to have a think. And then we'll move on to the next question, which will be question 19. Yes.
Oh, no copyright. We've specifically picked copyright-free music this time.
It was barely a moment of second, but it's the true quiz tune. Okay, so question 19. So this question is, what is the name of Lara Croft's butler in Tomb Raider? Is it A, Jeeves, B, Jeffrey, C, Winston, or D, Toppington? That is, what is the name of Lara Croft's butler in Tomb Raider? A, Jeeves, B, Jeffrey, C, Winston, or D, Toppington? Now, whether you know his name, that's another question, but you'll all remember trying to lock him in the freezer kind of walking thing that she had, which contained nothing but tiles. No food, no nothing. But everyone, well, they locked him in there forever and ever and ever. It's a freezer geezer.
Well, you had to do that, otherwise he would just follow you around the entire level.
Oh, you could shoot at him, but then he had a bulletproof silver tray somehow, which was hilarious.
Does he wake up in the future where there's moon pie?
What an age we live in.
And the customary Simpsons references out of the way, folks.
They've already started earlier, by the way.
I feel like
You
we
might
had
have
some
missed
earlier,
it.
didn't we?
Yes. We cannot do an event without a Simpsons quote popping up. I think it's a nigh on impossibility.
Emeraldo reckons the question has potentially 2 correct answers. Who wrote this?
Good question.
Frantic Googling.
Everyone just double check the answer. He does have a nickname, I guess, but that's not his real name. The nickname that is attributed to him is used a lot within butlers throughout all sorts of media, shall we say. But he does have a specific name, and it's a specific name we are looking for.
Also, I blame Michael for that one. He's the Lara Croft fan. How did you write a question with 2 answers?
I did not do my research.
Yeah, we can
He
tell.
copied and pasted from a website. No, but there is a nickname, but it's not the nickname we're after. We're after the actual physical name, which a lot of the wiki and fandom wikis and things all agree on the real name, so we're covered there, we're fine. Just double check all
Just in
the
case you
wiki.
want to Google it or anything. As we observed at the last quiz, there's nothing whatsoever we can do to stop you doing that, but you only have your personal pride at stake. You will alone know that you cheated at an internet quiz and will have to bear the shame for the rest of your days.
Internet shame. And we've had an answer sheet submitted
Have we?
already.
Already?
I think somebody's given up.
Oh, bot, that's Kiribati.
Right, let's move swiftly on to question 20 then.
Yep. So, question 20 now. What is the full title of the 5th in the Elder Scrolls series of video games? Is it Elder Scrolls V, Blitz, Elder Scrolls V, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls V, Tortuga, or Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim? So the question is, what is the full title of the 5th in the Elder Scrolls series of video games? A, Elder Scrolls V, Blitz, B, Elder Scrolls V, Morrowind, C, Elder Scrolls V, Tortuga, or D, Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim? John, just a point. I was trying to read what the hell he put in question 11 on the sheet, and I seem to have lost question 10. Help.
I mean, lost question. Oh, I see what you've done. Okay.
I can't seem to grab it. I wanted to know what the entire sentence was.
If you click on it, it'll show in the text field at the top.
Yeah.
Formula bar.
Oh, I deleted it.
It says, wasn't here any of the questions over.
And the T is the anti-establishmentarian. Isn't that make what? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems
what
like
that
a
means.
yeah. Just had to read that. Looked hilarious. So yeah, those are your multiple choice questions for the evening. Next, we'll be moving on to the music round, which all I'm going to say is good luck, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, they're not too bad. But
Blame John for
before we
this.
get that far, we're gonna take a quick break. I think we burned through this a little bit faster than we did last time, but hey ho.
Oh yeah, we got a good pace going. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a brief intermission. If you have got any burning needs that need taking care of, if you just need to recharge your glass or whatever you've got going on in your life, if you need 5 minutes, here's 5 minutes. And yeah, let's go to intermission. Take a break, grab a drink. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Equally, if you're not going anywhere but need another look at that pitch around, we will stick some museum music back on and reload that slideshow for you to have a look at those. And you can have a few minutes pondering those for a moment longer. So, stick your pitch around back up, and let's have a bit of lobby music. So
Is
we
it the
will
music
give
from
you...
Polen Blitz?
It's 1842. We will return upon the hour of 1847, or doing it for a nice round number? How are people feeling about odd numbers?
Well, it's 43 now, so adjust as you need to with this. If you got 43, just a nice 46 or 45, or how long? We want 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I think it might be simpler just to say tenser.
Let's call it, yeah. At 1850, we shall resume.
Right.
And not a second later. So finish your business before then. You guys familiar with L'Esprit d'Escalier? Staircase wit? I'm sure I had something really clever as a sort of radio host joke for one of these pictures earlier, and it has very much left me longer. I can't remember what it was now. That's actually the opposite, is just thinking of something witty earlier and then not remembering it. L'Esprit d'Escalier is thinking of something witty when it's too late to be of any use. Like, if someone insults you and you, like, half an hour later you're like, that would have been the perfect comeback! That's L'Esprit d'Escalier. Staircase wit. This is the opposite of that. Probably in regard to that robot. I don't know. I don't even know who that robot is. It might not even be a video game character.
Question 6. Do you mean picture 6?
Picture 6, yeah.
Yeah, picture 6 is a quite famous designer and robot now as well, and linked to one franchise of video games it's been a bit rough lately, but this new game in that franchise was like, wow, yeah, you know, we're back to what it should be. Don't really want to say anything else because it might give it away, but
Yeah, everyone gets l'esprit d'escalier at some point. It's one of those things that, like, for some reason there's a really good word for it in another language, but English is just like, I thought of something witty later. Oh, it wasn't quick enough. But the French are like, no, c'est l'esprit d'escalier. Non.
yes. I didn't study French. I have no idea what that means.
Did you go AFK and miss my whole esprit d'escalier bit?
Probably, yeah. I went for the break to grab a drink,
Oh, fair enough.
and I came back
Yeah.
to you talking about the robot.
It's esprit d'escalier is Emeralda calls it a post-conflict quip. It doesn't have to be conflict though. It's just thinking of something witty when it's too late to be useful. It's like if you like have a exchange with somebody, it could be conflict. It could be just whatever. If you the perfect put down, but you thought of it like 2 hours after you were actually talking to the person. You're like, oh damn it, that would have been perfect. Why didn't I think of that 2 hours ago when I was actually there with them?
I thought that was just part of life, wasn't it?
It is the human experience, but the French have a word for it that we don't, or a phrase for it, I suppose. And it's much better, and it is l'esprit d'escalier. Roughly translated as staircase wit.
Cool.
I was just saying that in the context that I had something really witty for one of these characters earlier. I was like, oh, that'd be really funny to say on stream, and now I can't remember it.
Brilliant.
I appreciate your honesty with that, sir.
Well, I got an interesting discussion point out of it, so I feel like it's a wash. I mean, I feel like just to keep the discussion just rambling in general, which is, I guess, what I do on the internet generally. I feel like comedians aren't any funnier than the average human person. Human person, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. The average human person. But they just write stuff down. Like, how many times you go, that's quite funny, but like then you forget it like half an hour later? I think comedians just write everything down. I often think, I could do a stand-up comedy set if I actually wrote down everything funny that I actually think of.
Having witnessed many people that said that exact sentiment, then witnessing their stand-up comedy act, I can assure you that probably a bit more work goes into that.
Probably wants some workshopping as well, but yeah.
I mean, writing it down, it also puts it into a scientific method, because the only difference between messing around and doing science is that you write down what you do. So it kind of makes it more scientific too. The comedy, what would you call it? Theorem. Just write it down, write everything down, then read it and realize how ridiculous you've been.
Until you get a sufficient sample size, it's just a comedy hypothesis.
Yeah, that's it. You see? Then you take all the good bits of data, you put them together, and boom, comedy routine. So, yeah, the science of comedy. Perfect. There you go. If you come away from anything from this quiz, which probably isn't much, the science of comedy. There you go. We worked it out.
We will go once more on the old pitch around carousel. So this is going to be your last chance to see any of these faces. If you've missed them, if you don't know who they are, figure it out fast.
Who's that orange thing there right now on screen? Who is that?
Is it an orange?
I don't know. It is for me.
It's annoying orange.
It's the annoying orange, yes. What's the sidekick? Who's the sidekick to? Actually, who is the sidekick of the annoying orange? Or the actual person to the annoying orange?
Yeah, we should probably have rephrased the quiz question before we reloaded this. But yeah, we want the sidekicks of these, not just who they are. Just in case you were wondering, in case you've written down all these characters. If you turned up late, sorry.
Yeah, it's
but now you know who the characters are because you wrote them down. Now you can find out who the partners are. We want the sidekicks.
Yeah. So what you're seeing is a sidekick. Who are their sidekick to? Who is their Batman? Who is their other various insert hero here? Because everyone I'm thinking of is on this quiz. Damn it.
I'll be honest,
Who is the winner in these relationships?
Who's the winner?
I'm not familiar enough with the Annoying Orange to know if the Annoying Orange actually has a sidekick. that's not a genre I'm prepared to delve into.
Nah.
At least not yet.
Isn't the annoying orange attacking an apple? I have no idea, actually. It could be. Is it an apple?
Anyway,
Right,
so that
folks,
is
and
That could be right. You probably may know more than we do. I don't know why we said the annoying orange. I just wanted to call that character annoyingly orange, because he is annoyingly orange.
We're implying that answer 2 is a dick.
well, that's a little bit harsh.
I apologise to fans of that character.
Anyway, we are about to resume. For anybody who was taking a break, grabbing a drink, I hope you have now done so. For it is
Welcome
now
back.
time for the music round, the obligatory music round.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
So, we've found some songs on the internet, as one is wont to do, and we would like you to tell us which video game this song is about. People have written some songs about video games.
Yeah, and
we
these
need
are
to-
genuine songs. They're not like a cover, just like what we've played before. These are actual songs that are about said video game in real life.
Yeah.
Even reach chat.
Some of them are
Topping.
genuine chart-topping songs. Yeah? Apparently, during the 80s, that was a really big thing. People wrote songs about video games. And
I think
that
only
tradition
one
has
of-
continued.
The 80s. I think only one of these isn't roughly around 80s, isn't it? Or two of them, maybe.
I
There
would
is an
say,
awful lot.
I would say, at the risk of giving stuff away, there's a few of them that are older, but there are some of them which are newer. But the tradition of writing songs about video games definitely started, frankly, in the 70s, actually, at
long time
least,
ago.
and has carried
A
on
long
ever since. So now
Yeah, so
we have 5 songs about video games, and we want to know what on earth these people are singing about. So, your question 21 is going to be... He says, stalling for time as he tries to wrangle Winamp to his will.
remember what happened last time we
I
win?
do remember, and I'm trying to make sure like it works correctly. Okay, so...
I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too. I'm gonna eat them all up just as soon as they turn blue.
So, which video game was that song all about? Somebody, somewhere out there, thought that this video game was worth writing music about. What on earth was it? I'm going to listen to it one more time.
I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too. I'm gonna eat them all up just as soon as they turn blue.
Cool. Which video game was that about? Even if you don't recognize the song, and there's a very, very good chance you're not going to recognize these songs because they're either old and or obscure. Hopefully, there should be enough clues in the lyrics for you to be able to figure this out. We specifically picked clips which kind of give the game away. If you know your video games, hopefully the lyrics will give this away. So, question 22. Your question 22 is going to be as follows.
Now why the chicken might have done it, I just couldn't say. But if I'm gonna make it home, this is the only way. 5 lanes of traffic, an embankment, then a stream. It's like it's some kind of amphibianic fever dream.
That was a little bit newer than the last question, gonna be honest. Bit more modern, bit more trendy. Bit more to the point, certainly. Yeah. Hopefully that description of the video game, you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a familiar video gaming mechanic that they're describing. Yeah, like, I think I know what video game this song is about. And if you've been hanging around in Button Mash long enough, you might also know that it's actually in our official playlist, and we've been playing it at all of our events to date. So it's in there too.
Don't look at the official playlist right now.
It's alright, you've got like 500 songs to trawl through.
Yeah, 9 hours and 50 odd minutes.
If you can trawl through 9 hours and 50 minutes of songs in the next 15 seconds, you can figure it out. Good luck with that.
I'll give you how much? I mean, I added a few. It might be longer now.
Great. Anyway, one more time, that song is as follows.
Now why the chicken might have done it, I just couldn't say. But if I'm gonna make it home, this is the only way. 5 lanes of traffic, an embankment, then a stream. It's like it's some kind of amphibianic fever dream.
So tell us who they were singing about, what they were singing about. Which video game were they singing about? They had a very specific game in mind. Tell us what it was. Right. The next one is another. I'll give you some vague clues. It's from back in the day. Your question 23 is going to sound a little bit like this.
Surrounded by soldiers, glued to the screens. Hold back the invaders, they're infernal machines. We fight to survive, running to stay alive. Our bodies aching and tired, but there's nowhere to hide. Our cover's been blown away.
Well, truth be told, I feel like that description could apply to quite a lot of games in the modern era, so I suppose the clue that it's an older title might help you to steer you in the right direction on that one. But we're going to listen to it one more time. Hopefully you can divine enough information from those retro-sounding lyrics to figure out what on earth they're singing about. One more time.
Surrounded by soldiers, glued to the screens. Hold back the invaders, they're infernal machines. We fight to survive, running to stay alive. Our bodies aching and tired, but there's nowhere to hide. Our cover's been blown away.
So tell us who they were singing about, what they were singing about. What was the video game? Question 24 is... Question 24 is an interesting thing. I did not know about this until this week when we're compiling the quiz, and I'm so very glad that I now know about this. It is definitely a thing, and you are about to hear it. This is your question 24.
See the soaring eagle fly. See the warriors fight down tide. See the lightning crack the sky with the last dragon born. To the mountain we must go. Flash of steel will crush our foes. To the firelight down below with the last dragon born.
Given the genre, like 90% of those lyrics probably could apply to literally anything. But there's one word in there that will definitely give it away. If you picked it out, you'll know the answer to this. The song was about one very specific video game, and there's a word that really will tip you off on that one. So
Yeah, I don't really know any other game that could have used this word in any way whatsoever. It's very... what's the word? Okay, I've lost the word now. I wanted to use it. It's synonymous. That's it. It's synonymous with this specific game.
Sure, yes.
I know it had
perfect.
finesse.
Yeah.
Okay,
if you missed that word, we're going to hear it one more time, and here it goes.
See the soaring eagle fly. See the warriors fight down tide. See the lightning crack the sky with the last dragon born. To the mountain we must go. Flash of steel will crush our foes. To the firelight down below with the last dragon born.
Also, not gonna lie, that song is incredible. That is very much my jam, and I wish I knew about it sooner. But what were they singing about? That is the question. Not to be or not to be, what on earth were they singing about? That is the question.
Did you not listen to that band much when they were massive? Or
Me, personally? I mean, I absolutely did. I just haven't listened to any of their recent albums.
No, I have to wait. Yeah, I need to catch up on that. I remember seeing it. I suppose, does this give it away or not? I saw them at St George's Hall in Bradford.
Hopefully enough
Weirdly
bands have
enough.
played at St George's Hall to not give that
Yeah.
away, but... Quickly,
Managed
Google
to
who's played at St George's Hall!
Managed to interview the bassist as well for a radio show,
Nice.
which was cool. Hell of a gig. Funny as hell, but there was a band on with them called Sabataton.
Oh, no, you're going to give it away. Shh.
Not really, no. I'm talking about a different band. But there was a band on with them that absolutely nearly stole the show from them. It was awesome.
Cool. I saw them at a tiny venue in Leeds with a supporting band that were like actually really kick-ass.
Wasn't one of the band members from Leeds or
I don't know that much about
based
that.
in Leeds? No, I can't remember either. I don't know why. Something about Leeds comes to mind when I
Quite
think of
possibly.
this band.
At any rate, we have one more song for you. This song is... let's go with the word different. This song is made entirely out of sound effects from the video game. Apparently the artist in question wrote an entire album of such songs. So if you're familiar with the video game, hopefully you'll be like, oh, that vaguely sounds like the sound effects that I recognize from that video game. Because that's really going to be your only clue here. So here it is. Here's your music round question 5. Question in the whole quiz 25. Yeah, it's a little bit different to some of the others. Definitely, probably a niche musical taste, I would probably imagine. I don't know who the target audience for that album was, but we're gonna listen to it just one more time, just in case something goes. some part of some primal instinct in your brain goes, I know that sound effect. That's from blank. So there you go. What video game was that song about? Sounds like any early 80s Namco arcade game. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you could probably make a very similar song out of most of those, I suspect, yeah. Alrighty, let us resume our standard chilled out, smooth jazz soundtrack. And turn the volume down so it's not overwhelming everything else. And we shall move things along, shuffle them along to round 5, entitled The Armory.
Right, thank you very much. I have been trusted with another round, despite my mispronunciation of words in the first. God help us all.
You
Okay,
can't
so
really mispronounce anything in this list.
You've only got 11
surely.
words that you need to pronounce correctly. You can do it.
thank you for that false praise. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had question 25, so we move swiftly on to question 26. So the object of this round is we're going to name a weapon from a video game, and we want you to tell us what the video game that weapon features in. So, question 26, what video game does the Buster Sword feature in? I will repeat that one more time. What video game does the Buster Sword feature in?
Where might you have used a Buster Sword, and with whom, in what, and where?
I think it was the weapon Buster Keaton used to slay his foes.
Charlie Chaplin never had a chance, folks. So, that gentle humour aside, we move on to question 27. So, what video game does the weapon the paint roller feature in?
Bob versus the DIY.
I don't know. You've got that, that new house flipping game. I suppose that might be
Yeah.
true. House Flipper, the game, yeah, could be.
One more time. What video game does the paint roller feature in? Without spoiling it too much, the name Bob does not appear in the title of the video game.
Are you sure?
Well, the Bob Ross fans amongst us are all very sad about this.
Bob Ross the game.
Oh
you
my
know.
god, does that exist? We said earlier, if you can imagine it, there's a game of it. Is there a Bob Ross video game?
I'm sure there is because I came across a load of Trump ones from the last quiz, and I found a ton on Steam as well when I decided to go looking for Donald Trump-based games.
Let us
So
know
I'm
in,
presuming.
let us know in the chat if there's a Bob Ross game.
And if there isn't, let's make one.
I've got an article from 2006 which says video game based on Bob Ross's Joy of Painting is in the works.
Okay, so look out for
I
that.
mean, how long has that been in development for? I mean,
Don't know,
I've
I
heard
don't know
of
if that ever
development
came to
hell,
life.
but that would be a joke right now.
So putting it back on the rails. Question 28. What game does the gravity gun feature in?
The gravity gun.
Have a good think about that. So we want you to tell us the video game that the gravity gun features in.
There's a change.org petition in order for Bob Ross the video game to be made. I don't know who they're petitioning, just the video game industry in general, just like, we want this game to exist.
Don't petitions normally go to the government? I mean, how's the government going to influence the video game industry? We demand you make this Bob Ross game!
I think change.org you can petition whoever you want, but for what it's worth, only 14 people supported it.
Yeah, you're not going to get far there. I suppose, what if you send it to the government and they can then sell the contract to a games company to develop it because they know that there's this many people going to buy it?
Okay, so question 29. What video game does the Holy Hand Grenade feature in? Just to give you a clue, it has nothing to do with Monty Python.
Ah, hang on, is there a Monty Python game that includes it? Because stupid answer here. Did we research any?
Not researched, and we're assuming there isn't one, but what video game or non-Monty
Which-
Python related video game does the Holy Hand Grenade feature in?
Which game did this
guy.
famously appear in?
Yes.
Also, there is Monty Python's Complete Waste of Time.
Yes,
is a
so we're
video
just
game.
about to say that. There is a video game, it's called The Complete Waste of Time.
So just so you know, that is not the answer we're looking for. We're looking for the other one.
I want to play this.
There is also
How do you play
there
this?
is also a Holy Grail video game from 1996, apparently.
Oh my god.
Also, not the answer we're looking for.
There is some gameplay apparently, I think. Is that on YouTube? Yep, there is gameplay of it on YouTube. Of course there is.
Quick, find out if there's a Holy Hand Grenade in it.
I don't know, it looks like a quiz game.
Just swiftly bringing us to the end of the quiz. And the final question of the quiz, which is your number 30. What video game does the Chain Chomp appear as a weapon in?
Again, we may not have Googled this.
So, one last time. What video game is the Chain Chomp a weapon in? Again, not Monty Python related.
Oh, that'd be sick in Monty Python, wouldn't it? I can kind of imagine that
Like,
they'd
it
use
kind of feels like something that could appear in Monty Python, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Monty Python and the Chain Chomp.
Good grief. Okay, folks, that was your last question of the quiz. If there's any that you missed, if you want to frantically let us know in the chat, and we will repeat it. Otherwise, please get your questions answer sheets submitted for us.
Yeah, double check your answers. Then, when you're happy with them, submit, and we will start going through them. I imagine in that film now, and it's like, what's that over there? 'Tis Bowser's castle. 'Tis a silly place.
Right, it's 10 past. We will give you 5 minuten. We'll give you till 15, and then we'll start looking at some answers.
5 Minuten. Das ist eine Nussensquiz. Mm-hmm.
We had a few viewers who've not in the chat, so I'm hoping a few folks might be wanting to submit right about now. If you've filled in your quiz, even if only part way, let us know. Get it in, get it submitted. If you don't submit, your answer is automatically 0, and you wouldn't want a 0, would you?
I got a 0 once. Look at me. Oh, everything's a Simpsons quote. Oh, you've got your friend for yourself a friend, have you?
So just 1 second more on those answers to come in.
If you've not submitted, do it now. Do it now. Forever hold your peace.
So many people watching. I've got a feeling that we're all of them.
It could be. Well, I mean, the numbers don't add up. Like, the numbers are higher than the number of people that I know are watching, so there's other folks out there. They must be.
I says 5 watching. I'm one of them.
If you're watching the VOD, the form will stay up after the quiz, so you can still submit it, but we won't mark it for you. You'll just have to, like, wait till we read out the answers and do your own scoring. But post them in the comments below. Let us know what your scores were.
Right, shall we go for the answers then?
I have a feeling we may have given people optimal time to do this, so yeah. Let's give that a go. So let's start with your pitch around. We were looking for some sidekicks. Picture number 1, in fact.
That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for who the character they are the sidekick of.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get the slideshow up again so that, like, wait, hang on. So I can run through them as they appear on the screen, like I tried to do last time. Question number 1. This is Proto Man. You may know them as the sidekick of Mega Man. The answer we were looking for was Mega Man.
Proto Man, as you know, is the cause of most of the problems in the Mega Man universe.
Question 2. This was the Annoying Orange, or Tails. Tails is well known as the sidekick of Sonic. Number 3 is also an Annoying Orange. It's Kazooie. Kazooie is the sidekick of Banjo. 4. The robot was Clank, who is well known to be the sidekick of Ratchet. See how all the video games are someone and someone. Number 5 was Laylee. They were the sidekick of Yuka, of ukulele fame. Number 6, another little robot was BD1, who is the sidekick of Cal Kestis.
From the game Jedi Fallen Order.
Number 7 was Falco. Falco was the sidekick of Fox McCloud from the Star Fox series. 8 was Chloe. Chloe Price, the sidekick to Max Caulfield from Life is Strange. Number 9 was Daxter, who is the sidekick of Jack and Daxter. Obvs. And number 10 was the medic from the Team Fortress 2. I was going to say, I was going to go with series, but like that doesn't make sense. The team, just from Team Fortress 2. They were the sidekick to the heavy weapons guy. We would gladly accept heavy as well.
Yeah, heavy is fine.
Okay. So, we'll go for the answers to the general knowledge questions now. So, question 11. What was the name of the final course in all Mario Kart games? We were looking for Rainbow Road.
If you haven't fallen off of that, you haven't played Mario Kart.
Good life lesson.
Yes, it's a tough life lesson, but a good one to get away early with. Make sure you teach your kids this.
Question 12. What is the name of the peripheral? I'm sure I butchered that.
Peripheral.
That's the one. Device that can be plugged into an N64 controller to make it vibrate. We were looking for Rumble Pack.
Yep, when they were too big to actually put in the controllers, you had to have a giant device that plugged into the back of it. Of course.
Okay, question 13. The Kingdom Hearts video game series is a collaboration between Square Enix and which famous company? We were of course looking for Disney.
Yep.
As you
Walt
remember,
Disney.
play with Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. All the,
This is a point when Disney Plus needs to become more interactive and just have all the Kingdom Hearts video games free to play.
Question 14. What video game did Marcus Pearson or Pearson, or whatever it is, create? We were of course looking for Minecraft.
The Minecraft.
And question 15. What was the name of the video game that officially featured Michael Jackson as the hero? We were looking for Moonwalker.
Yes.
People may remember what the plot of the game was to kidnap children and stop the FBI from taking them back.
Well, that's our version. I mean, I'm supposing those were the bad guys, but if you ever look at the game, it's just taking children from random flats, and while people in the same coloured suit try and stop him, the FBI. Why didn't we? Nobody asked questions. Moonwalker, it was all there for us to know.
Handing it over to Johnny for multiple choice.
The multiple choice questions. So, question 16, we asked you, what was the Crash Bandicoot jokingly known as whilst in development? The answer to this was this Sonic's Ass game, as the idea was you were looking from behind rather than a 2D style, so you were looking at Sonic's ass.
So that was option B.
Option B, yes. 17, what is the name of the star system Star Fox is setting? The answer was C, Lylat. So not Tatooine, unfortunately, not Silat, or Corneria, depending on how you want to say it, but C, Lylat. As is the name of the game in the UK edition of Lylat. 18, in the video game Portal, the cake is what? Well, it's a lie. But was it? But it is definitely a lie. 19, what is the name of Lara Croft's butler in Tomb Raider? Now, we understand that there is a nickname, but his real name down to all wikis is Winston. So the answer was C, Winston. And question 20, which I'm hoping most people did get this. What is the full title of the fifth in the Elder Scrolls series of video games? If only it was Blitz, but unfortunately it's not. It's The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim.
I'd be a lot more interested if it was Tortuga.
I feel like there needs to be a pirate Elder Scrolls somewhere, and that Tortuga is an ideal name. I feel like maybe we need to submit this as an idea too. I mean, have they decided Elder Scrolls 6 location yet? They've only told us like
Have they finished making money out of Skyrim?
Probably not. No, I expect that to turn up on PS5 and Series X at some point. You know, we've had the 1X enhanced version. Now you can get the Series X enhanced version. It's like GTA 5. They're going to milk this for years.
Yep. They have been milking it for years.
I've bought it about 3 times. 360, Xbox, and then digital edition Xbox with all the DLCs for like 10 quid.
Anyway, we have a music round to revisit, everybody's favourites. We have got 5 songs for you. We're going to play them one more time, this time with the context of knowing what on earth they were actually about. Your question 21 was a song entitled Pac-Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia, a song which made it to, I believe, number 10 in the charts in 1982.
Yes, and chances are you have heard this. I think everyone has heard this at some point.
I don't know that I had before we started researching this, honestly. But...
I definitely heard it, Pac-Man Fever. It's just one of the things I've always known about. It's weird. I don't even know where I heard it first.
Anyway, it sounds a little bit like this.
I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too.
Created during the heyday of Pac-Man's popularity in arcades. Your music round number 2 was Frogger, the Frogger Musical, a song created by comedy duo Paul and Storm. It sounds a little bit like this.
Now why the chicken might have done it,
that was
I
a
just
cool thing
couldn't
as well,
say.
what we went
But if
through
I'm
back
gonna
then.
make it home, this is the only way. 5 lanes of traffic and embankment, then a stream. It's like it's some kind of amphibianic fever dream.
They do describe the game pretty well, so I'm hoping that's
You
going
know,
to be
you,
game away.
you listen to those lyrics and you're into like, yeah, this is perfect for Frogger.
Yeah, it is.
I can say the first time I came across him is when you said let's go see him at Boston that time when we were there for PAX, and that
They're
was a
very
freaking
good
awesome
band,
gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does pop up in our Button Mash playlist, so if you're sticking around for games after the stream,
You probably
you
hear
may
it.
hear them at some point this evening. Yeah, that full song will probably be on the playlist. Number 3 was a song entitled Space Invaders by Player One, also known as Playback. This is from 1979 and also written in the heyday of songs about arcade games.
Surrounded by soldiers.
Yeah, I think that predates everyone. I know. I don't know, we're pretty old, man, but we're not that old.
Running to stay alive. Our bodies aching and tired. There's nowhere to hide. Our cover's been blown away.
It's very catchy, to be honest, actually. That's quite a good song. Do enjoy that one.
To be fair, a lot of music from the 70s and 80s is freaking awesome.
It's very good. But even more than that, this next song is entirely my jam. This is The Last
And a modern
Dragonborn by Dragon Force, which
Yeah, modern band.
if you couldn't tell, yeah, this song is actually from 2019. It's quite recent. But if you couldn't tell from the name, this song is in fact about Skyrim. Here we go.
See the soaring eagle fly. See the warrior fight and die. See the lightning crack the sky with the last dragon born. To the mountain we must go. Flash of steel will crush our foes. To the fires on down below with the last dragon born.
It's a band most folks are probably more familiar with from swearing at it while playing Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
But they're still going, and they're still putting out the hits, including hits
This,
about...
yeah, I've just had a
Skyrim?
Google. Apparently, since I stopped, the last album I bought, there's been another 4 albums since.
Yeah,
so.
they've been actually really quite prolific over the last decade, yeah.
But I have noticed that they've gone through about 12 different member changes as well. The only original ones being Herman Lee and is it Sam Tote still in it? But there's been a lot. The bassist I interviewed is no longer apparently in the band and things like that. I remember when ZP Threat left because I thought, oh man, what a vocalist to lose. But then they got I forgot his name, but he was phenomenal too. But yeah, dude, I watched them play live, and when people used to say that they sped up the music, no way. I saw Herman Lee play that stuff live, and it's just like, right, that's not sped up.
No, I've seen them a couple of times. They are very good live. Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I saw them at the Broodnell in Leeds, which is a very small venue to be seeing a big band.
At the end of the gig, did they do the Take Piss Out of Rock Band for yours? Because they did it at St George's. So they went off at the end of the gig and then came back for their encore, but then they all picked up opposite instruments and tried to play one of the tracks. And then at the end, he just came to Mike and went, well, we tried it on hard mode. You know, like
No,
from
I didn't get that.
In other words, basically the song failed within 5 seconds, and it was just
Right.
like they were taking mick out of like Guitar Hero Rock Band kind of thing. Genuinely quite funny, and then they all got on right instruments and played some proper shit.
Nice. Your
Shall I take the key to the armory?
No, we've got question 25 to do yet. We've got this one, which was entitled Galaga. It may astonish and astound you to learn that this music was created entirely from sound effects from Galaga. Here we go.
You were kind of spot on, Emeraldo, even though you weren't sure.
So that was by, forgive me if I butcher his name, Haruomi Hosono?
Harumi Hosono. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Written in 1984 from an album entirely of songs created out of video game sound effects.
And then later noticed being played by a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. while Tony Stark pointed it out to Nick Fury. Is that guy playing Gallagher over there? Of course he is. Who wouldn't be?
So yeah, you may now let's have a little bit more jazz music back in the room, and you may now take the keys to the armory.
Okay, the lock is unlocked, and
Quick.
let us move swiftly on to question 26. So, the video game where the Buster Sword features is Final Fantasy VII.
7. Yes, you were thinking about that, weren't you, then?
I did have to have a moment where I was thinking, do those Roman numerals say 7 or 8?
So, Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII remake, yeah, perfect. The Buster Sword is the classic sword wielded not only by Cloud, but originally by Zack.
There you go. Well, we know.
That's all you know.
So, question 27. The paint roller features in the video game Splatoon.
Yep. A game where you fought each other not with guns, but by painting areas and things more than the other player, which turned out to be genuinely fun. I mean, we're stupidly fun with a couple of players when you got like 2-on-2s or whatever. It's ridiculous. And a great addition to Smash Bros. As well, I have to admit. I did find it fun when I fought with the paint roller. The split. Which character is it? I forget the name. The one that they added to Smash Bros. If anyone knows, feel free to put it in chat.
We tried to figure that out. Question 28. The gravity gun featured in the video game Half-Life.
Again, apparently recently we actually found out that Valve did have Half-Life 3 in some sort of production, but then got cancelled. So, well, there goes that. But now you've got Half-Life Alyx, a VR game, which apparently is one of the top VR experiences around, and I've seen gameplay of it. I wish I had the system to play it. It looks hilarious. You played a genuine Half-Life game, but in VR.
So, question 29. Despite the Monty Python-related confusion that I inadvertently created, the Holy Hand Grenade features in the video game Worms.
Features
That is the movie we're looking for.
in Worms. Yeah.
I mean, if you remember it as well, the hand, and then boom, the massive explosion that was counted. Everyone either loved the Holy Hand Grenade or the Banana Bomb. Those two were amazing. Inkling, there you go.
I was always partial to the Concrete Donkey, but
I did like a Super Sheep just because of the cape and the way it flew. I really did like a Super Sheep.
So, question number 30. The chain jump features in Mario Kart.
Yep, one of those, I believe it dragged your cart along at the same time as anyone you came across it bit the hell out of, if I remember
that's
right.
pretty much how that works, yep. One of those obscure catch-up weapons, but like devastating to anyone who gets on the wrong side of it.
Yeah. And yes, Concrete Donkey, I remember that, falling from the sky to squish everything around. And oh man, to be fair, just the other day, apparently they have released an update for Worms Armageddon 21 years after its release. So if you guys still own Worms Armageddon, which I know I've got somewhere in this house, they have just updated the game. I have no idea why, but they have.
So that was your last answer. So who would like the honours of reading out our winners?
So, the winner of today's quiz, and quite by a landslide, considering there are no other scores really to take into account, is Emeraldo / Johnny Cuddlebuck. I've said it right this time. I apologise from before, but yes, Emeraldo / Johnny Cuddlebuck, as it is said, scored 28 out of 30. So well done.
Impressive score, which makes us think we've made it too easy now, so we're going to have to turn up the difficulty dial next time.
Technically, the team We Need Tulkas I Am Bot came in second with 0. Technically.
So there's a range on the scores going on.
Yeah. But most of their answers are just random gibberish and something about anti-disestablishmentarianism, which I always say. And then
Establishmentarianism.
we can tell when they left around question 13. So
yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to Emeraldo. The other horse. Stroke.
If you've been playing
Johnny.
along at home or on the VOD, yeah, feel free to post your own scores in the results. But know that they're not in our spreadsheet, so that we'll never recognize you as the victor. But you can know in your heart how well you did.
But anyone that posts in YouTube, you can compare your scores, kind of come up with like a YouTube who won it instead of who done it. And yeah, feel free to use the quiz again and again for anyone that doesn't know it.
So yeah, we are going to wrap that up right about there. We are going to retire to the events Discord server, which is, again, just for the sake of making sure it is well known, linked in the description below.
Click join and read the welcome message. Read the welcome message in there. It tells you everything you need to do to gain full access. So remember, read the welcome message, do what it says. You will then gain full access to the server. Otherwise, you'll only see the welcome message post.
So yeah, we're going to have some party games going on for the next few hours. We're going to chill out, probably have a few drinks, play a few fun party games. Just enjoy the evening. And you are, anybody and everybody is entirely welcome to join us in there. So feel free to do so.
And thank you very much for your company this evening, and we wish you all a pleasant evening.
Thank you, I suppose, also to Kevin MacLeod for providing all of the royalty-free music today. Which
thank you. We appreciate
the description to include that credit properly, but yeah.
Yeah, if you want to check out any more of his free royalty for any of your own projects, yeah, definitely give him a look. Very talented musician and wonderful content.
So we shall see you hopefully in a couple weeks with some more online entertainment, maybe on this very channel, but at the very least, we can hopefully see you over in the Discord server in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Au revoir.